And also at Bash of Berlin, we were talking about this Gunther and Randy Orton. So the flubbed finish at King of the Ring gets the rematch, and it ends up being for the World Championship. You guys excited about this one? A little Gunther Orton action coming back in Berlin in a few weeks? Anybody?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I love their match at King and Queen of the Ring, but it was ruined by the finish.
Right.
But then again, that finish is what is bringing us this rematch, because if that finish was clean and Orton's shoulders were on the mat, they wouldn't have a storyline reasoning to go back to this right now. So I think it's a great excuse to bring Orton over to Raw for a few weeks to mess around with Gunther heading into this event, because I think WWE's biggest problem right now, and we're seeing this with the Cody title reign, is while they're really good with building the top stars that they have right now, they haven't really solidified who's, quote unquote, up next. So when a title changes hands, that there's a line of challengers awaiting to give the new champion credible opponents. And I think that's what Cody suffered from for his reign right now. But Gunther lucks right into an immediate match with Randy Orton, which is why Cody, if he would have won the world title last year at WrestleMania 39, going right into a feud with Brock Lesnar would have been perfect. Yeah. But he hasn't had any, and I love AJ Styles. He's one of my favorites of all time. But WWE hasn't used him properly in years. And he hasn't even been on TV since he lost the rematch to Cody at Clash at the Castle. They're letting him go do Pro Wrestling Noah and working the Japan tours and stuff. It's just like, you clearly didn't care about AJ. You just, okay, great guy. Both of them are from Georgia. They've never fought each other. They're going to have a great match. But there wasn't a great story there.
Right.
And that's where I feel like when they establish a better plethora of upper mid-card talents to be able to push them into the main event is when WWE will thrive even larger than they are right now.
Yeah, that is interesting you bring that up, Matt, that after the Bloodline situation and Cody happened at WrestleMania, there wasn't a big line behind them to line up any challengers. I mean, the AJ thing felt kind of forced. This thing with Kevin Owens feels a little forced to me. It was just a little bit out of the blue. So yeah, that is kind of, I hadn't really thought of it that way, because there's a line a mile long to go after Gunther. I mean, that group with Drew and Punk, and now Seth's going to be out for a little while apparently. But
yeah, they could use another shuffling of their rosters. Like, I know they just did the draft a few months ago, but it would not hurt them to do a little bit of shuffling of the deck. And with Raw and SmackDown both going to be on USA from September through the end of the year, they can use excuses why these things are being shifted, because they're all, under the same USA Network banner. So they could get away with some sly tactics for the rest of this year once both shows are on USA. And I think they should before Raw moves to Netflix in 2025.
Or they could just never do the draft again and
just bring everything back together.
Light that thing on fire and just let everybody go where they want to put them, instead of saying you're locked in here and then they show up somewhere else and you're like, wait, they were drafted to Raw. They can't be on SmackDown. Just, I know they get good ratings with it, but there's got to be a different way to do it.
I think they'd be better off just locking the titles. And if you're holding the SmackDown title, you're on SmackDown until you drop it. And if you're holding the Raw title, you're on Raw till you drop it. But once you drop that title, you could shift back and forth between the two brands, and that would actually free up a lot more storyline opportunities for the roster as a whole.
For sure. I think that's a really good concept in general of, if you have a title, the title is connected to the brand, but no one else is. I think that makes a lot more sense. And that allows the different, like, for example, the tag teams to, there's a main tag team challenger. It's over here this week. It's over here the next week. And that lets you sort of mix and match and change up your matches anyway. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So just let that draft go. Just let it go. Maybe do a ping pong ball drawing once a year and have some fun. But no drafts. I'm done with it. It just drives me crazy.
Looking for high-quality custom screen printing in Las Vegas? Look no further than Off-Grid Creations. Need a few custom t-shirts for a local event, band merchandise, or family reunion? We've got you covered. Large order of uniforms for your staff, sports team, or club? We can handle that too. Our experienced team will work closely with you throughout the entire process from design consultation to final product. Call us at 661-300-1115. That's 661-300-1115 or visit our website at off-gridcreations.com. Get a free consultation today.